I want to quickly talk to you about Novo versus Bluevine business banking. So basically, we're not speaking about traditional banking here. We're speaking about fintech. So if you are in a space, if you have a small business or you have a startup and you are interested in, let's say, non-traditional banking, in other words, you want business banking that doesn't actually relate to the likes of Chase, Wells Fargo, or Truist, and you're looking for a bank such as Novo or Bluevine or Brax or even Roll, basically you are in your space in this video. Okay, so I want to really do a quick compare and contrast between those two business banking, I would say, fintechs. So when you think about Novo, Novo was actually started in 2016. Okay, so Novo actually, but when they started, they wanted to build a digital banking platform for freelancers, for solopreneurs, for small businesses. Okay, but ever since, Novo has actually has expanded into different sectors in terms of offers, in terms of functionalities, in terms of features, and so on and so forth. Okay, and this platform also integrates seamlessly with popular tools such as QuickBooks, such as Zero, such as Wave, such as Salesforce, and so on and so forth. So that's really good. So Novo, they started in 2016. What about Bluevine? So if you're comparing Novo to Bluevine, Bluevine was started in 2014. So relatively, I would say Bluevine is relatively older, 2 years older than Novo, but is the same generation, if I can speak that way. But the thing about Bluevine is that besides banking, you have a strong suite of business credit products. That's one thing that really differentiates Bluevine from a lot of fintechs, because a lot of fintechs they're actually entering this business banking space. They offer only business banking, but they don't offer business loans, business lines of credit, and other facilities, credit facilities. But Bluevine is doing that. That's really good. Okay, so they offer lines of credit. They offer invoice factoring. They offer also, but that's how they started actually, by the way, before branching into online business banking. Okay, so that's pretty good. So now, if you're thinking about Novo versus Bluevine business banking, you got to really ask yourself, what kind of decision do you want to make? So what I want to do is I want to look at all the different functionalities, all the different services that come with Novo versus Bluevine. That way you can really make a decision based on each category. Okay, so I want to look at each bank's key features, rates, perks, and programs, so that you can really see which one you should go for in specific categories. Okay, let me first talk about the features here. So if you think about features, I want you to look on the screen here, so you can really I can walk you through some kind of features, features such as ATM access, cash deposit options, invoicing capabilities, international payments, software integrations, and customer support. Okay, I mean, if you are a small business, if you are a startup, if you are a solopreneur, if you are an entrepreneur, an e-commerce entrepreneur, those are features that you definitely need. Okay, so as you can see on the screen here, basically with Novo, you do have a single free business checking account. So in terms of account type, with Novo, you have a decent offer, but it's pretty simple, or let's just say simplistic. Okay, with Bluevine, you do have 3 membership tiers: the free, the plus, and the premier. Free, plus, and premier. So that's kind of cool. In terms of ATM access, basically with Novo, you have refunds at all. You have a refund. You have refunds on all ATM fees, including out-of-network and international fees. So you can see that basically Novo is slightly better. When it comes to the account type, Bluevine is definitely better. Okay, but when it comes to ATM access, Novo is slightly better than Bluevine, because with Bluevine, you do have fee-free access to the MoneyPass network, let's say ATMs. But once you are out of the MoneyPass network, you have to pay $2.50. So this $2.50 do add up. I mean, so in terms of invoicing, Novo definitely beats Bluevine because Bluevine doesn't have this functionality. Okay, doesn't have it all, and they haven't. I mean, I've heard that they are thinking about it, but so far they haven't implemented anything about that. But with Novo, you do have a built-in tool for unlimited invoicing. So Novo is actually giving you a platform that allows you to have unlimited invoicing capabilities, unlimited invoicing functionalities. Okay. In terms of international payments, basically, those two institutions there is a tie. They're a tie-in because through Novo, you actually have international payments through a third-party service provider called the Wise. And with Bluevine, you have international payments available in 32 countries. Okay, you do have a $25 flat fee plus 1.5% conversion fee. So in terms of integrations, basically here you have a tie also. You have for Novo, for instance, so you have over 15 integrations. And Bluevine, you have multiple integrations, like 15 to 20. So the winner overall, when it comes to features, you have Novo. Novo is actually the better player when it comes to overall features. Let me talk to you about the rates here. So if you think about Novo versus a Bluevine business banking, and you want to focus on rates, you got to really ask yourself what kind of rates you want to really target, you want to track, right? So basically, it's important to understand that when you work with a business bank, or like when you work with a bank, especially a fintech, there are some fees that you need to be you need to be careful about, especially in the long run, because you might be saying, well, a dollar per transaction is nothing. But when you add up those dollar and dollar and dollar and dollar over several transactions, you can really start seeing some racked up expenses. Okay, so basically, I'm speaking about things like monthly fees, annual percentage yields, the APY, same day ACH fees, overdraft fees, and outgoing wire fees. So you got to really understand which one is cheaper for you. So let me walk you through some of those fees, so you have a clear idea how to make a decision here. So as you can see on the screen, when it comes to monthly fee, they both actually players don't charge nothing. Even though with Bluevine, you might pay something if you are in the plus or premier or premier sort of category. Okay. The APY, basically, Bluevine definitely wins here because Novo is not giving you, I would say, any interest revenue when you leave your money with them, something that Bluevine doesn't do. Bluevine actually pays you to keep their money with them. So if you keep up to $250,000, Bluevine will give you 2%, and basically, if you go above, you will have 4.25%. So Bluevine is really rewarding you. And in terms of same day ACH, basically Bluevine is way better because Bluevine is having a $10 flat fee, whereas Novo is charging you 1.5% per transaction, minimum 50 cents and maximum $20. Again, those amounts add up real fast. Okay, there are no overdraft fees in both at both institutions. And in terms of outgoing wires, actually Bluevine will charge you anywhere from $12 to $15. Okay, something that Novo doesn't have at all. Novo doesn't support outgoing wires. So overall, if you were to look for a winner when it comes to rates, Bluevine is actually the winner. So features, Novo is the winner, but for rates, Bluevine is definitely in charge here. So let me talk to you about the perks here. So if you think about Novo versus Bluevine business banking, you got to really ask yourself if your business is looking for perks, like you are like are you looking for perks or you don't really care? Because business banking is not just about managing transactions, but also maximizing benefits, because if you are going to get charged for certain transactions, you might as well just sort of you might as well try to offset those charges. Okay, sorry, by actually maximizing benefits. Okay, so I want to really break down real fast the various perks offered by Novo and Bluevine, including cashback, rewards, promotional deals, and sub account availability. Because the thing is that those like especially the sub account availability, for instance, can help you actually optimize your banking experience with either institution. Again, because you do not have like physical branches, so everything is actually managed remotely. I want to look right now on the screen here, so you can see that basically for cashback rewards, for instance, Bluevine is definitely the winner, because Novo doesn't have any cashback rewards at all. Bluevine has 1.5% cashback with business cashback MasterCard. And in terms of promotional deals, that's something that Bluevine really lacks big time. And this is something that Novo has big time. I mean, with Novo, you have discounts on business software like QuickBooks, Xero, Wave, Stripe, Gusto, Salesforce, and so on and so forth. Okay. And for sub accounts, and this is an important element to really mention here, with Novo, you have up to 20 reserves for managing budgets. That's what I told you when I said sub account availability. 20, that's really good because it gives you some kind of flexibility. And Bluevine only gives you 5. I mean, five free sub accounts. So this is really this can be really important to understand that if you want to optimize your operations, basically Novo is the clear winner here, especially when it comes to those reserves accounts, sub accounts. You know, Novo is a clear winner. So features, basically features, yeah, Novo won for the feature part. When it comes to the rates, Bluevine is the winner. And when it comes to perks, Novo actually is a clear winner. So something to think about. Let me compare their programs. So if you think about Novo versus Bluevine business banking, let's quickly go through the programs and see what works, what doesn't work, especially when it comes to flexibility. Let's have a quick conversation about that. So let's first, I want you to first understand when we talk about programs, we are speaking about funding primarily. Okay, so that way you have a clear idea what I'm speaking about. So basically, I want you to look on the screen here, and this is actually an interesting. I mean, I think you already have the answer because you know that Bluevine offers financing. Novo also does, but to a limited expense. Okay, to a limited extent. I want you to look on the screen right now so you can see what really works. What really works fine. So look on the screen here. So when it comes to financing options, Novo only has an MCA. So they only offer a merchant cash advance up to $75,000. Now, you might be thinking $75,000 for a small business, that's already good. Or for a startup, that's already good. Yes, that's good to a certain point because once you want to scale, 75 grand may not be that sufficient, okay? So in terms of FDIC insurance, you have $250,000 maximum that Novo actually insures your deposits. So you might be thinking this is actually good, but if your transactional flows are a lot, basically 250 is nothing also. What about Bluevine? Well, with Bluevine, you have a line of credit. So a line of credit just, I would say, sorry about that. Just theoretically, a line of credit is more flexible than a merchant cash advance in terms of pricing, in terms of availability of cash, all that kind of stuff. And with Bluevine, you have a line of credit up to $250,000 with a 6.2 to 6.7% estimated rate. And in terms of FDIC insurance, you're getting up to $3 million and you get that coverage through sweeps, through partnerships with other accounts. Okay, so if your business is seeking robust financial assurance or financial solidity, then think about Bluevine. So the winner here in this category is actually Bluevine. So in terms of reviews, so if you think about the Novo versus Bluevine business banking, if you were to compare the reviews, you will see that Bluevine is definitely the winner here because Bluevine actually has stronger and I think even more reviews on both platforms. Okay, so for instance, you can see on the screen here on Trustpilot, for instance, Novo has 4.5 stars, whereas Bluevine has 4.3 stars. But those the Bluevine reviews are more like are higher than what you have with Novo. So in terms of mobile app ratings, you have a 4.8 stars on the App Store, 4.5 on Google Play, and for Bluevine, you have 4.5 stars. But once again, Bluevine has more reviews. Okay, so even though the average rating is higher, maybe a little higher for Novo, you have more reviews, and also Novo is not accredited on a triple B, whereas the Bluevine is. So so in this category, the winner here is Bluevine. Okay, so if you think about the head-to-head winner here, I think Bluevine is actually is the best. Okay, Bluevine comes out as our overall winner, mainly because it provides a more comprehensive suite of benefits for small businesses. Okay, it offers, for instance, higher interest rates up to 2% APY on balances up to $250,000, extensive financing options. So that's really good. Think about it. You're able to actually get to get financing real fast, and you also have higher FDIC insurance coverage. Okay, so up to $3 million. This is really good from a flexibility point of view, and but also from a liquidity point of view. Okay. Now, of course, if you, for any reason, you do not want to choose the Novo or Bluevine or for whatever your considerations are, there are other players in the industry. You have Row, you have North One, you have Mercury, you have so you have a lot of what I call fintech. You have Brex, those fintech banks that cater to small businesses, especially small businesses, startups, mid-sized businesses, but also solopreneurs. So something to really think about. So in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about Novo versus Bluevine business banking. So we talked about the features, the rates, the perks, the programs, and the reviews. So the winner in this in this quick comparison is actually Bluevine. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.